Hello and welcome back to Hammerhead Sports Productions. I am now making my part 2 video from Gina Carano. I didn't initially want to make a part 2, but I think after I watched in my editing, I felt like though that amount of time didn't completely encapsulate what I meant and said. Now, again, I still don't agree with what they did. I thought what Disney did is completely politically motivated, and it's just a double standard in some ways. Because look, while the whole sequel trilogy was going, John Boyega, Daisy Ridley, and I think to an extent Adam Driver all dealt with harassment for either their parts, how they were done in the movies, and everything. And Disney did nothing, or Lucasfilm did nothing to protect them. They didn't send a statement out. They didn't condemn anything. They did nothing. Maybe they did do something and we just haven't been told about it, but from what I know, they did nothing to support them. And so you're telling me that all the harassment that Gina Carano's been getting, once again, they did nothing. And unlike Daisy Ridley, Adam Driver, and John Boyega, John Boyega to some extent defended himself. I think Daisy Ridley got rid of her Twitter account. Or I'm thinking of the person that played Rose. That's what they did to the experiment. But Gina Carano defended herself. All right, she stood fast. She wasn't gonna be she wasn't going to be told off. She's a freaking a former MMA fighter. You think she's going to just let all this go? Okay? So she stood up for what she thought was right. And I also found out some more information. I guess what really set the people off was her then doing, she did this picture where a Jewish woman was getting beaten by her neighbors or kids and everything. And what she was talking about was how the Nazis... I hate that we have to talk about the freaking Nazis again. The Nazis did the way the Nazis did what they did was they first turned neighbor against neighbor, friend against friend, family member against family member. And she's absolutely right. But I think what people misunderstood was people completely misunderstood it, turned it and spun the wheel and tried to make it out to something it wasn't. What she was trying to tie it in with is with McCarthyism in the 1950s. I completely hate that McCarthyism ever happened and everything. And what I'd like to know, how is what Disney and Lucasfilm and everybody that went after her any different than McCarthyism? Answer me that. How is this any different than McCarthyism? You have no argument. You have no argument because and as I said, with the double standard, they did nothing to protect Daisy Ridley. They did nothing to protect the girl that played Rose, or maybe they did. I don't know. And the criticism for the Rose is completely unwarranted. She was given a bad script. Okay, I liked Rose to an extent, but they gave her a terrible character to play. She was terribly written. Terrible story. She could have been better, but they gave her a bad script and story. It was terrible. She did the best with what she could. And that all falls on Rian Johnson. And everything. And again, to Kathleen Kennedy. But really, they did nothing to protect them. And then again, and here's another thing: everyone got all up in arms about her tweeting out that picture about the Nazis and everything. Pedro Pascal, who plays the Mandalorian, who I love as an actor, tweeted out a picture back in 2018, I think it was, of 1994, Germany, and you had the Jews behind the fences, all in the blankets, dying. And then on the bottom, you had 2018 America, and you had kids in cages and everything. But then what turned out, that wasn't really America. That was something with the Palestinian kids at a food something. I don't know what it really is. But that wasn't America. So yeah, that got debunked. And then he posted up another picture where it had 1886 losers Confederate flag, 1994 losers the Nazi flag, 2020 make America a little make America great again hat. Nobody said a word. Lucasfilm didn't fire him. They didn't suspend him. Nobody said anything about him comparing this and this and this. Nobody said anything. But everyone's up in arm about Gina Carano making comparisons. Well, you know why? Because she has a different political opinion. I still respect Pedro Pascal. I respect the person that played Rose. I respect Daisy Ridley. I respect John Boyega, Adam Driver. They all are great, terrific actors who are given terrible scripts and stories. That characters that could have been something were destroyed because of nepotism and nincompoops. So, again, you can hate me if you want, but I'm saying what happened. I am telling you what happened. It is a disgrace what is happening. That if a person has a different political opinion, they get canceled. But if someone has a similar political opinion, we'll hug you all the time. It's a double standard. What do you want me to say? It's McCarthyism. How is it any different than McCarthyism? Answer me. You can't. Now, I accidentally said his name wrong the other day, but the quartering, not the quarantining, the quartering makes the video. I have his link in my other video. I'll put the link in this video. He explains this to a much better extent